And our next guest is, of course, the first Saudi woman to climb Everest, Mount Everest that is, and of course achieve the 7 summits across the globe, as well as, of course, a passionate traveller and something of a nomad. It is a warm welcome to Raha Moharrak. Raha, great to see you as always.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. An
Pleasure.
avid traveller, as we well know, taking on some of the biggest challenges that this planet has to offer. But we're talking Eid, we're talking
It's also a challenge.
It's also a challenge.
Because everyone leaves it last minute, isn't it?
It's the lastminute.com, and so many people travelling at the same time. So I suppose to that end, and given your sort of better understanding of travel, given some of the challenges of finding the right place, the right flight, the right price during the Eid break, do you sort of change your method of booking and travel over Eid or not?
I do. I have 2 completely different mentalities when I'm booking advance, like months in advance, sometimes maybe half a year. But for Eid, I like to follow something which is very simple. It's the time concept. So let's start with T, which is obviously time. How much time do you have away? For example, if your days off are 3 days or 2 days, then you calculate how much time you should be in the plane. So that's 2 hours. So let's say 1 hour per day. You don't want to burn the whole trip with being on the plane and then arrive tired and then come back tired, right? And then I, which is, what's your interest? What's the thing that's going to get you up in the morning, get you excited? Is it food? Is it history? Is it culture? What is the thing that, will get you that, childish curiosity? And then, of course, M, which is money, which is obviously one of the most important aspects. It will limit the top 2 elements of the trip. And then finally, E, which is my favorite, which is emotion. What's the thing you want to get out of this trip? What's the feeling you want to when you go home and you look at the pictures, or if you don't actually take any pictures, what's the feeling you want? So follow these. Try to be more adventurous. Don't follow trends. The world is massive. You'll definitely find something. And if all else fails, you can ask me. I can give you some advice.
I love what you said about.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I love what you said about time, because so basically what you're saying is, say you've got 3 days.
Yes.
So for those 3 days, you should only go for like a 3-hour flight.
Yes,
maximum.
you can go an hour. Let's add a little bit, like 3 hours and a half for maybe, but don't go over. So if you have 3 days, there's no point in taking an 8-9 hour flight.
But what about just staying right here in the UAE? What are your favorite local spots to visit here in the UAE?
We're so fortunate that there's a lot to do. I know that the heat gets a little bit in the way of it, but if you're, for example, a dog lover like me, there are lots of areas like in Fujairah where you can go with your dogs. If you want to be more family oriented, there's beautiful islands off the coast of Abu Dhabi where you can we can charter a boat together, which is very cost efficient. We can have the whole family there. Or if you want to do something very, very chill, I personally love the mangroves and the turtle sanctuaries in Chalba, which is very underrated. I love that place. It's beautiful. And you can just try to maybe combine a little bit of everything where you don't have to stay in different hotels for a long period of time if you have a small budget.
Raha, when you were talking about M, I believe you forgot to mention one very important thing. You recently got married. Congratulations.
I did. I think this is the first time I talk about it publicly. Yes, I just recently got married, which kind of changed the trip to +1, because usually I'm like backpack and let's go. But thankfully, he's also a passionate traveler. And we have the same kind of curiosities when it comes to going and seeing the world.
That's amazing. So have you had your honeymoon yet? Or are you going to club that along with your summer
travels?
travels?
Here's the thing. I did something very interesting. Instead of doing a long trip, I did mini moons. So I did 3 distinctly different concepts. So instead of doing 1 long trip, I did 3 different things. The first one, because we have dogs, I love them. We took a house near the beach for me and my partner and the dog. So that was one. And then we did a bit more of a romantic tour. Even though I'm not romantic, we did more of like an island thing. We went to Seychelles, which was really beautiful. And then the last one, I did a full-on adventure trip in Japan, where I fed my childish curiosity. I did everything like Nintendo World and all of the things. And of course, the beautiful side of the Japanese history and culture. So that's, I think, a new concept that a lot of people should consider, instead of one big chunk where you get married and you leave immediately.
Just picking up on that and your better understanding of cultures the world over. I mean, you've visited every continent this planet has to offer.
Officially.
You have, of course, summited some of the top peaks, the highest peaks around the world as well. So you've been there, done that. Let's throw one more M in, if we can. Meaningful, meaningful travel, because Eid, as you say, is a time of reflection, is a time for family, it's
Absolutely.
a time for thinking about where we're at in life. Is it a good time for meaningful travel as well?
I think it's always important to have that in your mentality when you're traveling. For me personally, Eid is family because I spend the most of the year running around catching adventures. Eid is mostly the time where I go home. Mostly the time where I decide to go home and chill. Sometimes it's a bit hot in Eid, but I still go because I do miss them and I miss seeing the kids growing up, my sister's son and all that. So, but in general, I think as a responsible person, especially in this day and age when a bit too fakeness, a bit too much of fake travel has become a thing. So important to have meaning and purpose, not just follow the fad.
Raha, as someone who enjoys adventure and adrenaline so much, you are also an avid content creator. Can I ask you, how do you capture these exciting, thrilling activities that you experience during your holidays? How do you capture this and put it out on social media?
Great question. I have a rule. I don't fake things. Like, besides putting the camera and walking, which is a normal shot, I don't fake things. So if, for example, if it's not a sunny day, I will post and it's not a sunny day. If we wanted to go scuba diving and it's not clear, I will talk about that. I believe in being honest in the portray, because there's nothing worse than Instagram versus reality hitting you in real life. Like, you see something, you get so excited, and then you go to the place and the content was so overdone and over photoshopped or over manicured. It doesn't look good. So I really try to stay authentic and real. And I ask myself, if I see this content in 10 years, will I be proud of it? Is it something that can help someone in their journey? Or is it just I'm putting it for the sake of just putting on a cute outfit, which we all love to do, but that should...
You've pretty much described my entire Instagram right now.
No, but you have your own journey and your own purpose. Do you know what I mean? But when you're a travel, like ultra travel, it's the same thing with fitness or whatever. You should really have the responsibility that what you put out is real, unauthentic, and doesn't hurt the place that you're highlighting, right? Like, it doesn't hurt the place that you're inviting people to go see.
Is he a good Insta husband?
He's the best. Honestly, my content improved so much. People are asking, what's the secret? And he has a great eye. He loves the same thing. We're completely different characters, but he has a great eye, and he's also on social media, so he knows how to get it. And I think there is something magical in being there with someone that you care about. You can see it in your face. Because a lot of people, before I announced it, I'm very private. People were like, oh, you look so happy. And I said, it's the view, but it's also who I was there with. So being happy and being content also helps.
We need an entire episode just on Insta husbands.
The training.
Exactly. Tom, of course, will be our trainee, right?
Not at all.
But since we're talking about travel as well, are there any travel trends that you'd like to talk about?
Yes, I feel like more and more people decide where to go because it looks good, as opposed to how it feels. If you are happy, it will look good. If you are smart in where you go, you look good. It will be nice. But when people strictly go to a place just because it looks good on Insta, you will be sorely disappointed. The person who shot this content wasn't there for the same reasons as you. Maybe they went there solely because it's a paid job and they're shooting it. But if you want to go and experience something, pick something that has meaning to you. Pick something that has value to you. What feels good, not only what looks good. Looking good will come automatically if you're happy. But I feel like people have become so fixed on, oh my God, it's Instagrammable. But what about your heart? Is it something that will feed your soul? Is it something that's going to make you happy when this fad goes away? Or is it something that's just, superficial?
That was wonderful, Raha. I'm glad you're sticking around because I'm sure you'll have a lot of wonderful insights once we have our next guests come over.